Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop, and this is my performance review of the Wade Flash. So yeah, this is the successor to the amazing Son of Flash, but then they reduced the price like crazy, which I really like. So this shoe is only $100 guys. It's only $100, which is an amazing price, and also for the performance, it's really good. I'm just gonna tell you guys right off the bat. This is an amazing shoe, especially for only $100. But yeah, they also reduced the price by $35. The Son of Flash was retail $135, you know. It does kind of sucks because they did, make the cushion a little bit worse. The Son of Flash had like targeted boom pods, one in the forefoot, one in the heel. This does not have targeted boom pods, but cushion is still extremely nice. So if you guys do want to call, I'll try to leave in the free link in the description box. It does help me out if you do choose to get this shoe, if you buy it from the link. So of course, thank you guys always for all of the support. And also I just got this colorway in as well, just like this black. And I haven't played in this colorway yet. I just got it in, but I just want to show you guys this color. Look at this, super duper clean. I love how this shoe looks. But anyways, let's get it started off with the Tracciones, and we have lightning bolts, so of course Flash. And yeah, so pretty much throughout the entire outsole we got this lightning bolt traction pattern, and then like kind of where I guess like your big toe is a little bit we have the Wave logo, and then kind of like with this oval shape like in the forefoot, we have this really cool pattern as well. So how's the traction is freaking amazing, guys. I had a really good time. Whatever rubber compound that they're using, it killed it. You know what I mean? I had an amazing bite. I didn't really have to break it in at all. It was good pretty much right out the box. And even on dusty days, it was biting through dust really well, right? So if you're playing on a clean court, amazing bite. It has pretty much top tier traction. I was very impressed with the traction. And also, like I just said, dust performance is also really good. Some shoes I was testing alongside with the Wade Flash. When it was dusty, it wasn't biting as well, right? But then once I switched into the Wade Flash, I had really good bites. For example, in like the Ushuai 18 Ultra, that shoe is actually not biting too well, especially on dust. But then once I switched to the Wade Flash, this shoe was just binding through dust really well. Very minimal dust pickup as well. If it does pick up dust, it's an easy slight wipe and you're good to go. Also, they are advertising this as tough rubber, right? So you should be good on the outdoor court. I mean, here where the highway area is, we do have a lot of surface area. We have a lot of grooves, and also the rubber is pretty hard, right? So you should be fine on the outdoor court. And also in the middle of the outsole, we have what's exposed with this midfoot shank plate, right? This TPU midfoot shank plate. So yeah, overall traction is amazing, which I really liked about this shoe. Now moving on to the heel to toe transition, also extremely smooth, right? So here in the heel, we got a nice curved shape and kind of exposed foam, right? So they are using Cloud Plus foam. So we do have a nice little compression here in the heel with this curved shape. So that feels really nice here in the heel. Then moving here to the forefoot, we got a nice curved shape as well. So I really like this rocker shape. So like when I'm shooting, I like, you're supposed to be more on your toes when you're shooting, and this shape really helps me keep me on my toes when I'm shooting. So I do like that as well. So overall, because of this shape, it does feel extremely smooth, and also the like partially exposed midsole. And then we have a lot of forefoot flex. It's extremely easy to flex. Like I'm literally just doing it with one finger. So it doesn't have a crazy rebound back. It's not like springy really at all. It's just really smooth feeling, you know what I mean? And also because of the midfoot shank plate, it does have pretty good torsional support. So yeah, overall heel to toe transition is extremely smooth. And now moving on to the cushioning setup, which is also one of my favorite parts about this shoe, right? So like I said, it is a downgrade in terms of tech, right, comparing to the Son of Flash, but it's fine because it made it up for it with the price. It's $35 cheaper, and they're using Cloud Plus foam like I mentioned before, but also they're giving us a crazy soft mesh turbo, right? So first of all, we have a nice bit of compression here in the heel. It feels pretty nice, even though it is still kind of caged, right? The rubber does come up to cage the cushion like halfway, I guess. We still have a nice bit of compression. It's not super crazy or anything, but it definitely does help, I feel like. And then also, another great thing about the shoe is the court feel. The court feel is really good. I would say it's even on par with like the AE1 and the Harden Volume 8, right? That's how good the court feel is. So you feel extremely low to the ground, but also, right, so first of all, the insole is all right. It's just whatever, it's regular type of insole. It doesn't really add too much to the step and comfort. However, you can see the crazy soft mesh stroke board, right? It's not glued down really at all. Also, if you look at the actual Cloud Plus foam, we can see like kind of like it's raised up a little bit, kind of like massage points, you know what I mean? So you can also definitely feel that a little bit, especially once you get going, you know? So here in the heel is very open. Also in the forefoot, it's extremely open. So you have really good step and comfort and underfoot cushioning, right? We're not like super amazing, you know, comparing to like, I guess, I don't know, like the Liren 4, the JB2, the WOW 10, the AC12 even, which has full length boom. It's not as soft, it's not as bouncy, and also it's not as comfortable as that, obviously, especially since it's not boom and this is just Cloud Plus, but it's still pretty dang nice because of how open and how soft the mesh stroke board is. So yeah, step and comfort is nice. Core feel is amazing. Impact protection, I would say, is adequate though, right? So because, you know, it is a very thin foam, right? You do have really good core feel. Obviously, impact protection isn't the best, right? If you want amazing impact protection, this isn't the best, but I would say it's adequate. Like, it didn't hurt my feet really that much either. So yeah, I mean, it's really, really nice cushioning setup, especially for only $100, which I love about Chinese companies. You know what I mean? Because, you know, they can still give us like a pretty cheap foam. You know, like Cloud Plus, like it's not amazing. It does bottom out pretty quickly as well. It's definitely not as soft as when I first got it. However, with the soft mesh stroke board, it's way better than any other shoe that Nike and Adidas has to offer for cheaper. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like, you know, the Precision 7, like that's not nice. The LeBron Win is 8, you know, the Giannis Immortality 3. I mean, they are like $20 cheaper, you know, $10 cheaper. Also, even the GT Cut Academy, like $95. They are using like a very stiff stroke board, which if they use a softer mesh stroke board, especially with the Renew foam for the GT Cut Academy, it would be really, really nice, especially for underfoot cushioning and step and comfort. But anyways, Wade Flash, I really, really like it. Obviously, it's not anything crazy amazing, you know? Like, it doesn't have crazy bounce. Like, impact protection isn't amazing, you know? But overall, it's a really nice cushioning setup, especially for a guard. You want something responsive and low to the ground. So there's that. Moving on to the upper. So the upper also I really like. Look at how thin this material is, right? So they're basically using like this screen mesh material. It's like a double layered mesh. You can see another layer of like this very open mesh underneath this kind of like plastic screen mesh. And also here in the toe box, we do have this kind of like fuse for extra durability and support. And also it adds to the rigidness a little bit here in the toe box, right? And also for toe drags, you should be covered a little bit more because of the fuse. But yeah, it's an extremely the most well ventilated hoop shoe out right now. Like here in the toe box, crazy airflow. Here also for the tongue, very, very good airflow. So yeah, really, really good ventilation. Also super duper thin, right? Also support wasn't terrible, you know, which we'll get into in support. But overall, this material does feel pretty supportive. Obviously not super supportive comparing to like, I don't know, the Dawn Issue 5, the Hardens, the AE1. But for how thin this material is and how good it conforms to your foot, I would say it's a pretty supportive shoe, you know? Also for the tongue, it's very, very minimal padding. Not a whole lot of padding. It's also a halfway to construction tongue, giving you a better overall one-to-one fit. And you can also see like on the sides, you know, this mesh material, because it is a halfway to construction tongue, this tongue is connected to this material that goes all the way underneath, like even the toe box, right? And also here in the ankle area, extremely minimal padding. So yeah, this is a very minimal and very thin upper, which does really add to the weight. Like it feels extremely lightweight, and also very responsive, which we'll get into. But yeah, I mean, as far as like the only thing that I'm worried about and I don't like is the durability, right? If you're gonna be playing in the shoe every day for like 6 to 8 months, I definitely don't feel, or I don't see this material lasting that long. You know what I mean? It'll probably like rip and definitely like scuff up as well easily. But I mean, obviously if you're playing on an indoor court, it'll last a little bit longer, but just be careful with that. But overall, like on foot, it does feel extremely nice, especially for ventilation. So there's that. Now moving on to the fit, I went up half a size and the shoe fits me pretty dang well. So there is a little bit of length. I definitely feel like if I went true to size, it would have been a really snug and really nice fit for me. Like, you know, as you guys all know, I like a really snug fit, right? But I've been wanting a little bit more relaxed. You know, I haven't really been minding that all too much. And going off half a size, it was still pretty dang nice. I did like the fit, you know? So if you want a little bit more relaxed, then you should be fine going off half a size, right? If you want a really snug fit, then go true to size. But here in the toe box, it's not super snug. There is a little bit of space, and also this material does stretch out over time once you break it in, so just be careful with that if you want a really snug fit here in the toe box. Also width wise, I would say it's around normal width to slightly narrow, but overall, like, it's a really nice fit for me going up half a size, so I did enjoy the fit. And now moving on to the support and lockdown, also wasn't a huge issue for me, right? Lateral containment was surprisingly good. So yeah, I mean, obviously my foot did move around a little bit inside of the shoe because like this material is just so dang thin. But because of like all like this like logo, this lightning bolt, it's like plastic, you know, and it does add a little bit of rigidness to the overall upper, which did help, you know. And also here in the forefoot on the lateral side, we do have the rubber coming up acting as a sidewall, and here in the heel we have an internal TPU heel counter. So lateral containment overall was really good. My foot's not coming out of the footbed, it's just I mean, it reminds you a little bit of the PG6, where like it was adequate for lateral containment and support. It's just not the most supportive shoe. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it makes sense, you know, because of how thin this material is. So I feel like most people, like if you're an average guy, you know, just going to the gym, you should be fine. But if you're like pretty dang heavy and you're doing crazy lateral movements, obviously this isn't going to be the most supportive shoe, you know? So you'll definitely feel it a little bit more. But then, like I said, for me, it was adequate. And I feel like for most like regular people, it should be good enough, you know? So there's that. And also lateral stability is really good. You can see a crazy wide base, and you can see this really sharp outrigger. So lateral stability was good, and also lockdown was great. You know, once I laced up the shoe, I didn't have any issues with lockdown, like here in the midfoot, here in the forefoot, and also here in the heel. I guess besides the material being thin and moving around just a tiny bit, right? So overall lockdown was good. So yeah, supporting lockdown was adequate for me. And now moving on to the weight, if you guys saw the lightest hoop shoes list video, you guys already know the Wade Flash is the lightest hoop shoe that you can get right now. This shoe I think was like 10.5 ounces. Yeah, so 10.7 ounces for this shoe, and then the other shoe is 10.35 ounces. So the average for both of these is like 10.5 ounces, which is extremely light, you know? So yeah, this shoe feels extremely light, very minimal, extremely well ventilated, and also really responsive, right? Like I said, the traction is really good. Cushion, you're really low to the ground, but also has good step and comfort, and also overall support and lockdown was adequate for me. So I felt extremely quick playing in this because of how minimal this shoe feels. So there's that. Moving on to the aesthetics, I love it. This is one of the best looking shoes that you can get right now, in my personal opinion. Right? This colorway looks great. The overall silhouette looks awesome, and also this colorway looks great. And also the other colorway, like that tan colorway that just released as well, looks great as well. So tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, yes, so for $100 guys, this shoe is absolutely amazing. The only thing I would say is if you're looking for a lot of support, this probably isn't the best option, you know what I mean? But if you're a guard that's looking for an extremely lightweight shoe and also pretty dang cheap, then this is an amazing shoe. I really enjoyed playing in the shoe. Also, another thing that I would probably watch out for is durability, you know what I mean? Like the upper doesn't feel super durable. So just be careful with that as well. But like I said, for me, like I'm like average weight, I would say, you know, I'm 165 pounds, and I didn't really have any issues with support, and I really did enjoy playing this shoe because I am a guard, right? So yeah, for most people, if you are looking for a really responsive, lightweight, low to the ground feel that you can feel extremely quick in, then this is a really nice shoe, and I would recommend it to all guards pretty much, right? So anyways, that about concludes my performance review of the Wade Flash. Again, if you guys do want to cop a try, to leave in the link in the description box, but that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.